All right, folks, we're back with another game of TimeGuessr. Ooh. I'm going to say, wait. If you want to play on your own, do check out the description. Do check out the pinned comment. There will be a link. You can play this exact game on your own and show me how much you beat my final score by. Drop it down in the comments below. Let me know when you watch the video what things I missed that you saw. I always love hearing that. Or just watch along and have fun. And throw in your own guesses if you want to play along. If you don't want to, just watch and tell me what things you noticed that I failed to pick up on. With all that said, I'm going to go ahead and dive into this. Looking at the uniforms and stuff, I think this is probably Australian rules football. Oh, there it says Australia. Yeah, we're definitely... looks like Australian rules football. We're for the greatest game on earth. We're for Victoria. Okay, anyone want to write a year out here? Not seeing that at the moment. It's fairly modern. HFC Corporate Hospitality.com.au. Active Condor Corporate Leisure. Here's something that would be useful. Oh, we're for Victoria. Okay, so it should be in Victoria somewhere. It's like, I don't know where the Herald Sun is based. The only thing I know about the Herald Sun is I'm pretty sure there's a, to me, quite funny stand-up bit where a guy talks about making Herald Sun headlines or something like that, where they're very like inflammatory kind of headlines. And he accidentally does it in front of someone who doesn't know what game. Like him and his friend have this game of where they see something in real life and they try to make some funny headline, how the Herald Sun would write it, which is apparently generally quite inflammatory. I don't know this from experience. It's just what I saw in this one stand-up bit. Anyway, they accidentally say something that seems like quite insensitive or something in front of a taxi driver or something, and he agrees with them, and so suddenly they weren't having fun playing their game anymore. But yeah, I've just butchered the entire story. No one gets any entertainment value out of that. Okay, PSW. I just wasted everyone's time. Saints.com.au/corporate epic. Okay, Victoria. What part of us? I think Victoria is a state. I think. This is New South Wales. That's South Africa. This is Victoria. Okay. So I'm going to say we're in Melbourne. That's just going to be my guess as far as a location goes. Do we have any idea in Melbourne where a stadium might be? Okay, here's a stadium. Marvel Stadium. I don't know if this is the correct stadium. AFL, Australian Football League. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go with this stadium here. Picture seems to be taken from one side or the other up in the stands, so we're gonna choose a side and we're gonna throw it on there. Now we have to come up with a year. It's obviously fairly modern. Carlton Draft. There's nothing here that's telling us a year, is there? I hope I haven't overlooked it somewhere, but I'm not seeing a year anywhere. Established in 1984. Okay, this worries me because that does not look like it says Melbourne. But I don't know what else it might be. Fremantle. That's a place in Australia, right? Is it near Melbourne? I have no idea where Fremantle is. And I don't know if I'm leading myself on a wild goose chase here either. If we zoom out, this is Victoria. Do we see something called Do we see a Fremantle somewhere around here? Victoria, Ballarat. Okay, so my confidence in the location is greatly diminished. But I have no idea. Fremantle could also be like a neighborhood in here somewhere. In and around Melbourne. If that's the case, but they are the Dockers, so it seems like it should be near a port, which there's a port here. Ugh. The stadium, oh, I don't know. I'm gonna stick with it. I don't feel like I'm gonna talk myself out of a good guess. And as far as a year goes, do we see anything that gives us a hint in the audience here? Quite nice big TV cameras, big camera there. Does it look like anyone's on their phone? Ignoring the game for a smartphone? Scrolling the TikToks? It's so hard to tell. This is a really kind of fuzzy picture. It's hard to get any details on the crowd at all. Everyone's wearing sunglasses. I'm not noticing anyone obviously on a phone. Anywhere, anytime, they say. But like with the URLs that I've seen a couple of them around, it's like the earliest it can be is like early 2000s, right? But I'm not sure I believe it's that early. I'm inclined to go around 2010 is my inclination. But who knows, man? I certainly don't. I don't see anyone in the classic, like, supplication posture to their smartphone. This person might be. But it looks like their hands are actually to their face. I don't know. How early is this? 2008. I'm gonna go 2008, I think. If you ask me why, I cannot tell you. It's just the year that's come to my mind. So we're gonna go 2008. Tell me if you saw something that gave away the year, because I certainly did not. Here we go. 2013. Okay, it was 5 years later. It was in the Melbourne area. East Melbourne. I found the wrong stadium. But maybe this area is called Fremantle. I don't know. Okay, Australian Rules Football League 2013 Grand Final between Hawthorn and Fremantle. So it's not necessarily in Fremantle Stadium. Like if it's the grand final, maybe they just have it in the same stadium every year, or, you know, something like the nicest stadium in the country or something. Who knows? But we were in the right area, just not 100% right. And also our year was not great, but we got 8,800 points. Not the best round, but it's serviceable. We're going to keep moving forward. Oh boy. All right. If you want to play this on your own without my input, now would be the time to pause the video. Oh. Okay, this is clearly like naval. So I think this is going to be in Annapolis, Maryland. I think that's where the like Navy officer school is based. I think it's Annapolis, Maryland, which is here. I don't really have anything else to go on. So do we see anything that says U.S. Naval Association, Navy Swim Camp, Lejeune Hall? Yeah, we'll say it's somewhere around here. Naval Academy Chapel. Okay, here we go. It's probably out here somewhere, something like that. Okay. For a year? Like, I don't know if there's anything in this picture that's going to tell me anything about what year it might be. There's a non-smart watch, but it looks fairly modern. No one seems to be gripping a smartphone. There's some stands back here, some flags. Could be on Ingram Field, considering the fact that there are stands in the background. I'm gonna go over here now. I don't know what to guess as far as a year goes. How do you choose a year from this? That says Stevens Field in the background. Okay, this is Ingram Field, Glenn Warner Soccer Facility. Warden Field. That's the State House. Okay. We might be in the wrong area here. That's Farragut Field. Uh-oh. Annapolis Police Department. Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. Doesn't say Stevens Field on it though, does it? This is a sports complex, Studio 39. Okay, right now I'm more inclined to go here. This seems like a more impressive stadium. I'm seeing there's a Bates Athletic Complex. I'm seeing nothing that says Stevens Field on it though. Okay, I'm fairly happy with that. The problem I have is I have no idea what the date can be. These watches are clearly not smart watches, but they're also not like very old watches. That could potentially be some kind of smartwatch, I suppose. Oh, guys, I really don't know what to think here. I think the quality of the image makes me say it's fairly modern. We're gonna go 2018. Nobody's wearing a mask, so let's say it's pre-pandemic. Based on that, 2015. It was 3 years earlier. Oh, I found the right stadium though. That's cool. Very nice. We got 5,000 points for the location. We only dropped 400 points. Not bad at all. Newly commissioned Navy and Marine Corps officers tossed their hats during the Naval Academy class of 2011 graduation and commissioning ceremony. Okay, so I guess they call them the class of 2011 based on the year they started. Seems a bit interesting, but whatever. Let's swiftly move on to the next round. I think I spent a lot of time on that round. Okay. Oh boy. Is this Rio? There are two things in my mind. They could both be completely wrong, but there are two things in my mind. One is Rio, one is Gibraltar. I have no idea if either of those things are correct, but I don't have a different idea than those two ideas. This definitely looks like 70s or 80s to me. I think we're gonna go Rio. Could be Buenos Aires, could be Sao Paulo. I think we're gonna go Rio. Is there a nice beach somewhere around here? There's a beach. We're gonna throw it on that beach right there. And for a year... Oh, this is impossible. Like, what? This guy's trying to sell stuff to the people on the beach. There's not actually that many people on the beach. I wonder if it's early in the day. Does the back of his shirt tell us anything? Not really. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that guess. The problem is the year. I'm gonna go 1979. I have no clue on this. If you're seeing something in this picture, please tell me about it, because I see nothing. But maybe I'm just in a hurry. Who knows? Let's make that guess. We were only 5 years off, and we were pretty close. Our beach wasn't far off. 8,800 points again. Not bad, not terrible. I can't speak. Terrible. Kodachrome photo of Copacabana Beach, Rio in the 70s. Copacabana. I should have looked for that. That's a famous name that I should have thought of looking for in the Rio area. But, hey. We're in the ballpark. We're in the ballpark. We only dropped 71 points on location. The bigger issue was the year, which was 1974, and I went 1975. I don't know. Is there something that makes it obvious that I was going too late? I have no idea. You tell me. We're going on to scene number 4. And as always, if you want to do this on your own, make sure you pause the video, because I'm about to start talking. Looking at these people, I'm again thinking 70s. It looks 70s to me. And I don't know. I'm not good at like guessing ethnicity very much. So let's see if we can find something here. Tetong Fan. Keystone Radio Electric. I'm getting a no, Del Mundo. Okay, this is Northern Hill Electrical Devo Paint. Okay, National. There's a lot of very English language stuff. Whirlpool. Tule. So because I was seeing a lot of English, I went Singapore. But then I saw like Del Mundo, which is is Spanish, right? So then I don't know. Maybe we're in the Philippines. Because for there to be this much English, it doesn't strike me as being either Spain or Central America or South America, you know? To have this much clearly English writing. And then Buhanoin, like something like that, definitely sounds more Asian than like, yeah, again, Spanish or Central American. But then there was something that was, this Del Mundo is, and like pedestrian crossing, like the sign is in English only, which is what made me immediately think Singapore to begin with. But then the Spanish influence, I see one sign with Spanish writing, so that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But that's what made, oh, right there, Philippine. Yeah, okay, so we are in the Philippines. All right, that's nice to see. That's Japan, not the Philippines. Here are the Philippines. We're just going to go to Manila because, yeah, I don't really have anything else to go on. We'll just come right down here in the heart of Manila. Now we need to commit to a year. I don't know. I feel this same like 70s, 80s vibes. Look at the big bottoms of the pants. This guy looks like he's wearing tennis shoes. This guy's wearing sandals, I think. I think I see his... Yeah, I see some toes there. That guy's wearing sandals. These are some real, like, flowy pants there. This screams 70s to me, but I also know jack squat about fashion, so who knows? Who knows? I think I'm going with the exact same year I guessed on a previous one, 1979. The Rio one, I'm going to guess the same here, 1979. Let's make that guess. Oh, it's 77. I was closer this time. I was 2 years off, and I was only 430 meters away. I actually picked the right, like, big street. I just wanted to click near a big street. I clicked a couple streets off, but I picked the right area of town for sure. Only dropped 9 points on the location. Almost 9,800 points scored there. That's a great round for me. Not gonna lie, that's a great round. All right, let's move on, guys. Let's move on. We're on to the final round. And one more time, if you do want to guess on this on your own, now would be the time to pause the video. Let's go ahead and take a look. It says Scotch whiskey right there, which makes me lean towards somewhere in the UK. 2 railway station, 2 central post office, something street, Globe Insurance Company, AK Hashim Jeweler. All right, yeah, like it's really reinforcing the UK vibe to me. CTV. Now that I have no idea. Now I'm a bit unsure here. Amina Hotel. So, here's the thing. This is an old picture. The people in the picture seem to have fairly dark skin, which is a possibility anywhere in the world. But what I can't tell here is if almost everyone in the picture has pretty dark skin, which would tell me this doesn't seem like it's in the UK in this time period where you see these kind of cars and stuff. Or is it just because it's an old picture and it's hard, like it just isn't showing skin color properly. But to me, this looks like a man wearing a robe rather than a woman wearing a dress. So now, I'm deeply concerned about where in the world this might be. This also doesn't seem like something, like the way all of this is written, doesn't really to me look like something you'd see in the UK. Once again, could be completely wrong. And now that I saw this robe, I'm now looking at this man, and it looks like he is also wearing a robe. So, where could this be? Everything that I can read clearly is written in seemingly in English. AK Hashim. Hashim. Could that be an Arabic name? What is this? Is this some kind of Asian script? Oh no. Mina Hotel. Uh-oh. Time to panic, ladies and gentlemen. Time to panic. Okay, as far as a year goes, I think we're in the 40s. maybe 50s, maybe even the 30s, but I'm inclined to go late 40s, like 48, 49. It would be possible that this is like somewhere in the British Palestine Protectorate. It could be Egypt. It could be somewhere like a Hong Kong or Singapore. Like, this vaguely looks like some kind of Asian script, which is what makes me think, oh, maybe I should be looking further east. But I mean, there's nothing there. The robes make me think more Middle East. Could also be somewhere in India, theoretically. Oh my goodness. I have no clue where this is. I think I'm pretty happy with my theoretical guess. Late 40s, early 50s. I'm gonna go 49. It seems like it's got to be some British colony. That's my idea, because of all the English everywhere. But the people who don't really look English, which it could also be in the UK. Like some local neighborhood in the UK. But I don't know. Okay, that's AK Hashim. This is AH SMAIL, which could be Ismail, something like that. It could be like Alhina, something like that. These vaguely sound like Arabic, Middle Eastern names to me. So then, what does CTB stand for? I don't know why. Some part of me says, oh, this is Cairo, but I don't think it's Cairo. Globe Insurance. I don't see anything like, oh, I don't know, guys. I feel completely lost. It could also be like theoretically over here in Morocco somewhere, right? I know the British controlled Palestine in the lead up and after World War II. I believe in the 40s and 50s they controlled Egypt as well, I think. They also controlled Iraq at some point, right? I really do think it's somewhere in this area. I'm gonna go Cairo. I don't know why. I don't have a strong feeling as to why it would be there, but that's gonna be my guess. If you're seeing something that tells you where this is, please comment it right now, because I have no idea. Let's go. Oh my goodness. I was way off. It's down here in Sri Lanka. Yeah, I had no idea. So I got 3. Oh my goodness. That was a horrible turn. That's probably my worst round ever on this game. A street scene in Colombo, Sri Lanka during the early 60s. I wasn't even close on the year. Wow. I was 14 years off and 5,700 kilometers away. Wow. That's quite shockingly bad. If you knew that this was in Sri Lanka, please tell me how you knew that. And also, if you knew this was in the 60s, what? How? What tells you this is the 60s? I guess if you know it's Sri Lanka, then maybe you know, like, hey, Sri Lanka like had older cars, later or something. I don't know. But honestly, I didn't really know Sri Lanka had so much English influence. Where like all these street signs are in English, right? To the railway station, to the central post office, blah blah blah, Main Street. It's very English. But hey, there you go. That was a shockingly bad turn. What is our total going to be? Did we? We didn't even make it to 40,000. Ouch. That one hurt. We did quite well on all our other guesses. Yeah, I mean, what we got 2,300 points there. So yeah, we were over 37,000. Just a nice mediocre 6,000 would have got us at least 44,000 points. But hey, it is what it is. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button. Jump down in the comments. Let me know what stuff you noticed that I missed. And if you did play along, do let me know your score and how it went for you. And did you nail Sri Lanka? Was there something there that told you it was Sri Lanka? Because I certainly missed that 100%. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. If you want to see more videos like this, do make sure you are subscribed. I will see you in the next one, and you have an absolutely amazing day.